My fellow Americans, and my fellow not-so-Americans, I'm Rowdy Ron, here to get your vote, or at least open your eyes on a couple of topics that are out there floating around that other politicians are afraid to tackle. Why? Because it wouldn't be politically correct, or they may be called a racist, or they may be called not patriotic. Me, I could give a rat's ass what people think, and I'm going to tell you the truth, because all of these things are truth. You need to open your eyes, America. Here's what's happening in your own country. Let's talk about racism, first of all. That's huge. Been around for a long, long time, and will be around for a long time because nobody's tackling it where it needs to be tackled most. Everybody's worried about stepping on other people's toes or being called a racist because, well, if we tackle that issue, we might be called a racist. I don't want to get involved in that. I don't want lawsuits. I'll stay over on this side of things. Me, I don't care. Lawsuits are lawsuits. People are going to sue you for stepping on their toes. So it's stupid. You might as well just tackle the issues. Speak your mind while you can. This is America, folks. Freedom of speech is what it's called. What do I mean by racism? What is the definition of racism? Well, it's when one ethnic group gets special privileges, say, over another ethnic group. And that happens all the time. But you know what? It's not happening the way you think it's happening. What am I talking about? Well, let's make some changes first of all. Let's make it to where every ethnic group gets their very own magazine. There won't be just strictly, I don't know, Ebony or Jet magazine, strictly for the black community though. Let's have the, Airplane or the White Guy magazine, the Italian, Irish, American magazines. Every group can have their own magazine. Just like TV networks. No, as far as I know, there's only one group out there that has their very own television network. BET, Black Entertainment Television. You don't see WET, which is White Entertainment Television. You don't see Irish, American, Russian, Czechoslovakian. You don't see all that stuff here in America. So let's give everybody their very own TV networks as well as beauty pageants. No more Miss Black America. That's racist. Why don't we have Miss White America? Let's have Miss Jewish America, Miss Latin America. Let's have it all. Everybody gets their own beauty pageant. That way, of course, there's no racism. And finally, History Month. Let's not just have one History Month out there for one ethnic group. Black History Month, that's racism. Let's have Italian History Month. There's tons of Italians that have made a lot of history here. Irish, let's talk about them. Let's talk about your Native Americans. They all have more history than anybody else combined practically. Let's give them their own month. Everybody can have their own month. There's 12 months, plenty of months to go around, and maybe some groups will have to share, but you know what? At least you'll get part of your own History Month. Terrorism, big thing here, obviously. That's still a big thing ever since 9/11, and actually prior to 9/11, but a lot of people aren't tackling that topic the way it should be tackled. If we're talking about Iraq, obviously, we put Saddam in power. We as in the United States. The CIA is the one that put Saddam Hussein in power. A lot of people don't know that because they go by what the media says. If a newspaper says it, must be true. If the 6 o'clock news says it, must be true. Do your own research. Find out your own history of how Saddam got into power. We put him in there. We're the ones that took him out, obviously. Mission accomplished. Not quite yet, though. We don't quite have enough control over that country there. They're not quite understanding democracy. They're not quite fitting the mold like we want them to be. They're not the mini America that we're trying to make them to be. So let's send 20,000 more troops over there. Yeah, I know it's going to cost trillions of more dollars that we don't have, and yeah, I know more innocent people are going to die, but you know what? There's money to be made over there in the Middle East, and a lot of people, a lot of politicians are cashing in on it. But you know what? How are you going to get around that? Take over your own country. Take it back, folks. Too many people are in power that shouldn't even be in power right now. World hunger. Well, let's talk about world hunger. There's tons of money, millions of dollars, millions of charities out there to feed third world countries. What about right here in America? You have homeless people. You have kids out on the streets, prostitutes, people that have been kicked out of their home at early ages, and that's the only way they know how to make money. You have starving children here in America. This is America, land of opportunity, and we have starving people here? How? It's because the government doesn't care. People here don't care. Yes, there's a lot of groups out here that take care of the American homeless, the American starving, but you could probably count those all on one hand compared to the dozens and dozens for third world countries. Let's concentrate on our country as well here, because you know what? If you can't care about your own people, folks, who can you care about? Let's talk about also welfare. Welfare is a huge thing in America. It's a huge program that a lot of people, a lot of families, mothers, fathers, they abuse this program. This program was created basically to help the underprivileged here in America, the less fortunate, put food on their tables, take care of their medical, put some cash in their pockets for clothing, whatever the case may be, help them out with their rent, with their electricity, their phones, whatever we can take care of. Let's help these people that are less fortunate than us. But you know what? You got people out there that are abusing this system. You got people who are having babies strictly for the free welfare check, for the free food stamps, and for the free medical coverage for them. And they don't have to work a day in their life. And there are tons of them that are out there that have been abusing the system and living off of this system for many, many, many years. And what's that? Oh my gosh, my kid's getting old enough now where I won't qualify. Time to have another baby. It's sick and it's sad, but you know what? This is America, and that's how it happens. Finally, if you vote for me, ladies and gentlemen, I will make sure that Sanjaya guy gets voted off. He should have been voted off a long time ago, but you know what? It's a rigged contest. That's the only explanation I can have. And don't we have enough rigged contests as it is? Vote for me, Rowdy Ron, and you'll get some results.